Okay, hello and good morning. Let's take a look. We're going to find volume of this cylinder. So it's going to be a circle times the height. So it's going to be volume equals pi radius squared, which is a circle, times the height. So it's going to be 3.14 times the radius times the height. And you got to multiply that out. On this one right here, volume, it comes to a point, so you got to divide by 3. So it's going to be a circle, pi, radius squared, times the height, divided by 3. Okay? Today we're doing surface area of a cylinder. Now let's talk about that. Okay, so draw number 1, and let's take a look. Okay, so surface area here is going to be 2 circles and then a rectangle. And we're going to use a formula for this. So the formula is at the top of the page. So we're going to say surface area of a cylinder is equal to 2 pi times the radius. The radius is 11 times the height, which is 11, plus 2 circles. So it's 2 times pi times the radius squared. So you multiply this out, and you multiply this out, and then you add them up. Okay, so today's worksheet is right here. And then you have the back side. Which looks like this. Okay? Now let's turn our attention now to college algebra. So for college algebra, let's take a look. This is one-to-one property here. Well, the base is 4, so we try to make this a base 4, but it's got to equal 1. So it's got to be 4 to the 0 power, because anything to the 0 power is 1. And so now you have the same base. So you're going to set this equal to that. And then you got to work it out. On this one right here, you're multiplying. You have the same base, so you add these up. A negative 3x plus x is a negative 2x. 27 is 3 to the 3rd power. 9 is 3 squared. But you already have a negative 2x up here. Now that you have the same base, that's going to be a negative 4x is equal to 3. And then you divide by negative 4, and you get your answer. Today we're talking about the natural base. Copy all of this down. Okay, so the natural base is E, and E is a number. Right here, it's irrational. It goes on forever. It's kind of like pi. Okay, so get your graphing calculator. Let's graph this one. And then we're going to evaluate this. Now you might say, where is the E key at? And that's a good question. So it looks like it's right here. So you got to hit the shift key to get to it. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so right by the division sign, right here, is the E. So what you would do is hit second. Let's clear that out. So you would hit second, and then you'd press the division key, and then you have E. And then you raise it to whatever power they tell you to. Okay, E is that number right here. All right, so we're going to grab that function. We're going to evaluate these two. Now there's something called compound interest. In continuous, you use this formula. Okay, P represents the principal. How much money you invest. Make this a little smaller. Okay, so this is money. How much you invest. So is this one. This is the rate, which is a percentage. And N represents how many times it's compounded. Okay, let me try to get this in focus. Okay, so N represents how many times it's compounded. So if it's monthly, that would be 12 times a year, every month. If it's quarterly, that would be every 3 months. So that would be 4 times a year. 4 times 3 is 12. If it's continuous, you got to use this formula here, where R is the rate and T is the time. Your assignment for today is right here. If you get stuck, ask for help. All right, have a good morning.